Hey, pipe friends. I wanted to come at you here. Hopefully this won't be the last time before Thanksgiving, but just in case, we got a lot going on. If it is, I want to get in a video before Thanksgiving. Of course, hope everybody's getting geared up for a happy and a good Thanksgiving. We're just going to have a small one with family at it, my moms and dads. Our son's coming up from New Orleans, so it's coming up in the morning, so we're looking very forward to that. So, but tonight, for tonight's chat, I am smoking some MA's. It's an MA's blend from Shreveport, MA's in Shreveport, Wall Street. And this is my favorite blend from him. And in it, I am smoking a little pipe that the pipe I'm smoking it in is a pipe that was gifted to me when we went down to Baton Rouge to meet Nathan and all the gang. And Nathan brought me a couple of Dr. Graybos, and this is one of them. And I think this may be a Cardinal, but Nathan sanded it down to its natural finish, and then he beveled. I believe he said yes, he beveled the top, because I don't think this one comes beveled. But it's just a good little old smoker, you know. And he knows I fool around with some Dr. Graybos. I've got 5 or 6 of them, trying to start a little collection. And so he gifted me a couple of them, and one of them he'd been to stem on. He kind of tricked him out a little bit. But so let's get her fired up here. I've been smoking some Lane Limited 1Q. I've had about 3 bowls of it today. This is the first, it's about my 4th bowl. It's been I smoke from 2 to 5 bowls a day on the average, and I think this is number 4 today. And but I'd been on a Lane Limited 1Q kick up until then. But I tell you, this Wall Street, it really hits a spot. It's as good as this is, believe it or not, it's not MA's #1 seller. Their IQ, which is their answer to 1Q, is their #1 seller. So a little different than 1Q. And it's hard for me to decide which one I like best. I can take either one of them. They're on equal footing, but I would venture to say this has got to be his #2. And y'all heard Guy Witherspoon talk about it. And this is one of his favorite blends, and I think I've showed it before. This is what it's a real dark. It's got what looks to me like a good bit of burley, and some certainly predominant is Cavendish. And oh, it's just got a wonderful smell. It's a light aromatic, nothing super heavy. But I'm going to say maybe a little bit of vanilla in it, but it's maybe not. It's if it is, it's slight. Everything, it's a good blend. And if y'all get a chance, order you some from MA's in Shreveport, MA Smoke Shop. He ships anywhere in the country. I think he gets about $9 to ship it. So order you enough to justify that. You know, get it. If you do try it, be sure to try his Cajun Queen, and his Black Bayou's good. For you English lovers, Outlaw, I smoke that occasionally. That's a good English blend. And his #1 selling English blend is Sherlock Holmes, and he sells a ton of it. And it's heavy base. If you like Latakia, you'll like that. But he ships anywhere. He wants you to fax him a copy of your driver's license or state ID. You know, the government's gotten so tough on these people to where he's just afraid to even move, you know. So, and he don't, you know, he's trying to keep MasterCard and all of them off of him. And, you know, so if you order, don't get offended if they ask you for your to fax them a copy of your ID, and you'll be tickled you did. Everything they've got over there is good. If you like a good cherry, there's Six Kings. It's a cherry vanilla blend. Really like it. And of course, like I say, the 1Q or their IQ is excellent. Rum is another one. If you like a rum based that truly tastes like a little bit of rum, that's a good one. But anyhow, like I say, our son's coming up. Looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to when he gets to Lafayette. He's in New Orleans now, and that's about 5 hours, a hard 5 hours from here where I live in North Louisiana. Once he gets to Lafayette, that'll be about 3 hours from here, and there's a pretty good sized town right almost dead even, called Alexandria, Louisiana, and it'll be great. On some weekends we can't go down and stay a couple of days, or he can't come up here. We can run down there one Saturday and meet for lunch. Take an hour and a half drive, meet for lunch for a couple of hours, visit for an hour or so, and everybody head back their separate ways. It's just I get to missing him a lot. Well, we both do, and but we stay busy, and it's so expensive to get on the road anymore. But I tell you, I really, when he left home, he went to Baton Rouge, and then of course from there, his fiance is from New Orleans, so he eventually migrated over to New Orleans. But I hated to see him go at first. Man, I just said, well, it took me a year and a half to get over that, and it just, man, I'd watch him till he got out of sight and choke back the tears. But he and I are probably closer than we were always close, but I think we're closer now than ever. And to be honest with you, it was the best thing that ever happened to that young man, to leave home and get away from mom and daddy, so to speak, because he became a truly responsible young man. And we are truly I'm proud of him. He is a very responsible young adult. He's 28 years old, young man, and we are just like I say, very, very. He has became something that every father would be proud of, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, we are. I don't know if I mentioned it last night. We run up to the store. We just had a taste for lasagna, and of course, my wife makes a killer lasagna, but it takes a long time. And of course, we're closed on Monday, and about 6 o'clock, Emily wanted spaghetti. And I was just kind of spaghettied out, but not really. But I said, what about lasagna? So we fixed Emily a little thing of spaghetti, just throw some ragu in it, and had some frozen meatballs. And I don't like the frozen meatballs. I usually make them from scratch, but Emily was tickled to get them, and she likes them. And they're just her size. They're a little small, and so I said, let's go get I like those Stouffer's lasagnas that come in the frozen section. Well, there's a little market around the corner here, supermarket, neighborhood supermarket type deal. And although, like I say, we live out in the country, we've got a little market here, fresh market, Max Fresh Market, not to be confused with the fresh market chain. And they're building a new store across the way that's going to have a bakery and a deli, and it's going to be about twice as big as that one. But got a great meat market. But anyway, we went up there, and the only Stouffer's they had were the one like you get at Sam's. I mean, a big one. It had like 12, 15 servings, and that was too big. So our son, I was talking to him on the way up there. He had called, and of course, it only takes a couple of minutes to go around the corner. And I was talking to him and telling him, he said, well, try the Marie Callender. And buddy, that's good. If y'all hadn't tried it, they had the little small one of it. It had about 4 servings in it, maybe 5. And of course, I got home with it. It's frozen. If you bake it in a conventional oven, it takes, it's said, from 60 to 65 minutes. Well, it's got to be 6 o'clock. But you can nuke it in the microwave for like 13 minutes, and that's what I did. And I like it better than the stove. Even microwave, it was excellent. Well, if y'all hadn't tried the Marie Callender's, try it. I think you'll like it. Oh, Wall Street smoking good, yeah. Now, I use a microwave. I bought a big bag of peanuts the other day, and we roast the peanuts in the microwave. You got to be careful. I always start out at about 3 minutes and kind of stir them, and then go for about a minute and try one and see. If you set it, it's going to take about 5 minutes, but if you set it for 5 minutes, especially if you don't stir it, they'll burn. And what happens is, peanuts will continue to roast for a little bit even after you've taken them off the heat, so you got to take that into consideration. But I love a good roasted peanut. And like I say, in a microwave, I can do it in a 5-minute deal, or split it into a couple of little deals, maybe 3. I do it for about 3 minutes, stir it midway, or then add another minute, stir it, and maybe another minute. And usually they come out pretty good. And of course, it depends on the strength of your microwave too. But it is still dreary, and it is still rainy here. It's been going on now. I think we're into our 6th day that it's been just dreary and cold. We dodged the bullet on the ice, but I'm ready for this to. Well, Sunday the sun came out a good bit. It was clear and cold, but I'm ready for it to go away, and I think tonight or tomorrow it's supposed to ease on out of here. I'm using my Nathan Campbell bullet tamper that he put us in our little goodie bag down at Baton Rouge too when we had our little meetup. I had messed around and lost a tamper that I'd had for a good year. One of those had the little pipe shape on the end of it, little silver one. Of course, a little $4-5 tamper wasn't much, but I hung on to that thing for a solid year, and I have messed it somewhere in this house, but I messed around and lost it. But I seen Alfred on aka Henry Sims on Facebook. He looked like having breakfast for supper tonight, and I like a good breakfast at supper time with occasionally eggs and bacon and toast or biscuits or some grits. If you're from the South, you gotta like grits and butter. Just got through watching a movie called, and I don't watch a lot of movies anymore. I'm just, to me, they just don't make them like they did back in the 70s and 80s. I like the old Chevy Chase and, all the Vacations and the John Candies and those type movies. The trains, planes, automobiles. But I watched one called Identity Thief tonight, and I think it's got Jason Bateman in it. That was a funny little movie, and I don't know how long it's been out, but it was on HBO tonight. Watched it, and it was. I caught it from the beginning, and it was a truly funny little movie, and very few of the modern ones do anything for me anymore. Well, we're getting close to that 14 minutes, and just rolled over 14, and I'll get this downloaded. And like I say, I don't know. I'm going to do my best to get a little video out tomorrow. We've got company, so it may be a little hard. But if I don't see you, y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Take care. Be safe. And God bless you, and we'll catch you next time.